Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Deep Dive Knowledge Talk. Hello everyone, and thank you for being here today. To begin our discussion, could you provide an overview of the main technological advancements in generative AI and how these developments are shaping the economic landscape for companies involved in this field?
It seems like you're asking about the future of how good generative AI can get. The way I see it, it's like trying to build a taller and taller tower with Lego blocks. At first, you make progress really quickly, building it higher and higher. But at some point, you run out of blocks. You can't keep building higher unless you find more blocks. That's kind of what's happening with generative AI. It needs something called data to learn, which is like those Lego blocks. Even though companies are spending lots of money trying to find more of this data, it's getting harder and harder to find enough to keep making big improvements. So, while AI will probably keep getting a little bit better, it might not be as fast or as impressive as we've seen recently.
That's an interesting analogy. In the context of generative AI's business models, how do companies reconcile the high operational costs associated with these advancements, particularly when they are increasingly reliant on datasets for improving their models? What strategies are being considered to sustain their operations amidst these challenges?
That's a really important question. It's like trying to keep a giant ship fueled up for a long journey. Building and running these AI models requires massive amounts of energy and resources, which cost a lot of money. Some companies are starting to realize that simply trying to build the most powerful AI might not be the best approach. Instead, they're thinking about AI like adding special features to an already existing product. Imagine a company that makes really cool toy cars. Instead of trying to build a whole new super fast, super smart car from scratch, they could add AI-powered features to their existing cars, like making them voice-controlled or able to follow a track automatically. This way, they can still make their toys more fun and exciting without the huge cost of building something entirely new. This approach helps companies manage their costs because they're not betting everything on one expensive project. They can keep making money from their existing products while still exploring the potential of AI.
That's a valuable perspective. Considering this approach of integrating generative AI as a feature rather than a standalone product, how does this impact the overall investment strategy for companies? Are they more likely to seek diverse funding sources? And what implications does this have for innovation in the field?
That's an insightful question. It's a bit like thinking about how a chef gets their ingredients. Instead of buying everything from one expensive store, they might go to different places to find the best deals and highest quality. When companies see AI as a feature to enhance their existing products, they don't always need to spend massive amounts of money on building everything themselves. They can be more strategic. Think of it like this. Imagine a company wants to add a cool AI-powered voice assistant to their popular music app. Instead of building the entire voice assistant technology from scratch, which is super expensive, they could partner with a company that specializes in that specific technology. This way, they get the benefit of a top-notch voice assistant without the huge upfront costs. This approach opens up more opportunities for different types of investments. Smaller companies with clever AI features can partner with bigger companies, bringing their innovations to a larger audience. It's like adding a new spice to a recipe. It can change the flavor without having to create a whole new dish. This can lead to more creativity and variety in the field of AI.
That's a great analogy. It highlights how collaboration can drive innovation. However, given the reliance on private investment and the focus on profitability, what are the potential risks for the generative AI sector? How might this emphasis on financial returns limit the exploration of alternative, potentially valuable applications that don't promise immediate profits?
That's a really important point. It's like only planting seeds that you know will give you the biggest, juiciest fruit quickly. You might miss out on discovering new and interesting flavors because they take longer to grow. When the focus is solely on quick profits, Companies might hesitate to invest in AI projects that don't have a clear path to immediate financial gain. It's like choosing to only make toys that are already popular instead of trying out new ideas that kids might love. This means that some really helpful or groundbreaking applications of AI might not get developed. Imagine an AI tool that could help doctors diagnose rare diseases more accurately. But it takes a long time to build, and might not be a guaranteed moneymaker. Companies might be reluctant to invest in such a project, even if it could potentially save lives. This focus on profit can stifle creativity and limit the potential of AI to solve important problems that don't have an obvious profit motive.
That's an excellent observation. It raises a critical issue about the balance between profit-driven motives and the broader societal benefits of generative AI. What role do you think academic research could play in this landscape, particularly in exploring these valuable yet less lucrative applications? How might increased academic involvement influence the direction and ethical considerations of generative AI development?
That's a crucial aspect many people don't consider. It's like the difference between a playground built by a business and one built by a community. The business might focus on exciting attractions that make money, while the community prioritizes safety and things everyone can enjoy. Academic researchers are like those community builders. They often focus on projects that benefit society, even if they aren't immediate moneymakers. They have the freedom to explore AI applications that might be overlooked by profit-driven companies. Think of it like this. Academics are like explorers venturing into uncharted territories. They can investigate how AI can be used to address climate change, improve education in underserved communities, or even create new forms of art and music. These areas might not be as commercially attractive, but they hold immense potential for positive change. Moreover, academics can act as watchdogs, raising awareness about the ethical implications of AI and ensuring its development aligns with human values. They're like the referees of the AI game, making sure everyone plays fair and that the technology is used for good. Increased involvement from academia can help steer AI development in a more responsible and socially beneficial direction. It's like having more gardeners tending to the AI garden, ensuring it grows in a way that benefits everyone.
That's a powerful analogy. It emphasizes the importance of a holistic approach to AI development, with the potential for collaboration between academia and industry in mind. How can organizations foster a more inclusive environment that encourages diverse perspectives and ethical considerations in the creation and deployment of generative AI technologies? What steps can be taken to ensure that innovation is not only driven by profit, but also by a commitment to societal well-being?
That's a question that calls for a real team effort. Just like building a spaceship requires engineers, designers, and even dreamers. To make sure AI benefits everyone, we need to create an environment where different voices are heard and valued. One important step is to build bridges between academia and industry. It's like combining the creativity of a playground with the expertise of a construction crew. Companies can fund research in universities, providing resources while allowing academics the freedom to explore a wider range of AI applications. Imagine a world where tech companies and universities team up to create AI-powered tools that help teachers personalize lessons for each student, or develop systems that predict and prevent natural disasters. This kind of collaboration can lead to innovations that not only generate profits, but also make a real difference in the world. To make sure AI is used ethically, we need to create spaces for open and honest conversations. It's like having a community meeting where everyone from tech experts to everyday people can share their hopes and concerns about AI bot. This can help us develop guidelines and regulations that ensure AI is used responsibly and benefits all of humanity. Ultimately, creating a more inclusive and ethical AI ecosystem requires a shift in mindset. It's about recognizing that the true potential of AI lies not just in its ability to generate profits, but also in its power to solve problems, improve lives, and create a better future for everyone. It's about building a world where AI is not just a tool for profit, but a force for good.
And that brings us to the end of today's incredibly insightful discussion. Thank you all for joining us on this journey into the future of generative AI. We've really explored a fascinating landscape, haven't we? It's clear that this technology has the potential to be truly revolutionary. But we can't just chase the shiny new object. Finding the right balance between the exciting possibilities and the practical realities, like cost and ethical implications, will be key. Remember the analogy of adding special features to toy cars. And that strategic approach, coupled with the invaluable work being done in academia, can lead to a more inclusive AI landscape that benefits everyone. Just like building a spaceship, we need all hands on deck, industry leaders, researchers, and society as a whole, to ensure generative AI reaches its full potential as a force for good. Thank you again for being a part of this important conversation.